Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario. So, in this one, I'm going to be talking about 3 reasons why you don't love yourself. Okay? So, number 1 is you think your ego is who you really are. You think your ego is who you really are. So, what's your ego? Your ego is basically your false sense of self. So, to put it simply, let's say, for example, you're a teacher or you're a doctor or you're a lawyer, you're musician, whatever it is, right? Those are just like labels, right? Those are things that you've attached your identity to. So being that doctor is that ego, that's that false sense of self. Being that teacher, being that musician, being that artist, whatever it is, right? So you think this is who you really are. So what happens is that if there's ever a threat to that label or that position that you're in, you start to feel scared. You start to feel weird about who you are. And see, what happens is that you're always trying to feed your ego. You're always trying to keep that identity up. So the thing is, let's say you're a musician, you always are looking to be praised as that musician. You want people to think your music is great. You want to be known as a really good musician. And so what happens is that you start to not really like who you are, or you don't really love what you're about, because you're always basing how you should feel based off of, your identity, which is that ego. You're basing how you should feel about yourself based off of how you feel or how you see yourself within that label. So if you are a teacher and somebody says you suck as a teacher, or you even think you suck as a teacher, it doesn't even have to be a person thinking it, somebody else. It could just be you, right? You don't feel good about yourself because you feel that, if you're not good at being a teacher, then who are you? What are you about? Like, what's the point? Like, you're nothing. You're not important. You're just a waste of space. So the thing is, if you think that your ego is who you really are, you're going to constantly trying to be feeding that. And you're going to have, moments and situations where you don't like yourself. You don't like who you are because you're not living up to that standard that you set for yourself based off of that label. Right? Number 2, second reason people don't love themselves is because they are always looking for approval. They're always looking outside of themselves for people to approve of them. And just like I was saying with the ego, a lot of times they're looking for approval for their ego. You understand? So, just like I said, if you're that teacher, you want to be looked at as a good teacher by other people. You want to be looked at as a great musician by other people. You're looking for approval from other people to feel good about yourself, to now feel like you can love yourself, because you're like, well, I'm good enough to be loved now. Everyone else is saying I'm cool, so maybe I'm cool now. You understand? But see, what's funny about that is that, you're always looking outside of yourself for other people to give you the okay. But what's interesting is other people are just looking at you or judging you or having an opinion about you based off of their own perception of life. But you're basing how you should feel on that, which is ridiculous. Because let's say, for example, you want someone to think you're physically attractive. And then if they don't think you're physically attractive, then you're going to be like, well, I guess I'm not physically attractive because this person doesn't think I'm physically attractive. But what's physically attractive to them is based off of, maybe a lot of things that they've seen and they've been around when they were growing up, which shaped and formed what they feel is physically attractive. And you may not fit that description. So you're basing your happiness or your sense of well-being off of the opinion of this person who is living life through their own lens, who are seeing things the way they want to see it. But the funny part is that you, the person, is not taking into account your own perspective on you, or your own thoughts on you. You're worried about everyone else's thoughts on you. You're a person just like that other person. So why is their opinion of you more important than your opinion of you? You understand? And so you have to understand that, you're not loving yourself because you are looking for the approval of all these other people. Now, the third reason why you don't love yourself is because you're conditioned to not love yourself. You see a lot of like movies, advertisements on TV that'll tell you stuff like, hey, you're not good enough. Buy this product and then you'll be good enough. That's basically what advertising is. That's so you're being conditioned to think you're not enough. And therefore you don't love yourself because you think you're not enough, and you think you have to go and buy and consume and get everything, all these things in order to love yourself. So you got a lot of like outside things that are there, and you're being influenced by these things. And these things are, influencing you to not love yourself. Now, see, the thing is that it's no one's job to get you to love yourself. You have to do it for yourself. You have to see the value in you. You have to understand that you are valuable. You have to understand that you matter. You have to understand that there's a point to you being here on earth. You understand? You serve a purpose because you're here. You understand? So the thing is that when you realize how valuable you are, that's when you really love yourself. Thanks for watching, and please share this video and subscribe, and also click the link below or go to LocarioMotivation.com to get the free audio program, Eliminate Your Insecurity: How to Build Your Self-Esteem and Be Confident.